Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Pacers, still game 2 in Cleveland. Only 3 teams have come back down 7 in the last minute of a playoff game since 1997. The Thunder did it on May 13th, 2014. The Pacers did it April 29th, 2025, which was 7 days ago. The Pacers also did it May 6th, 2025, which was tonight. Ocho, remember we talked about it.
Yep.
Another six guys in double figures. You got Siakam, 12, Nesmith, 23, Turner, 23, Nembhard, 13, Haliburton, 19, Mathurin, 19. You see? You don't know. You just know it's a committee. Now, you don't know who's going to be the lead, who's going to be the president, who's going to adjourn the meeting, but you know these guys are going to, and they did an unbelievable job. I believe in a situation like this, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong. Look, yeah, the other team has to make a lot of mistakes. But in order for you to steal a game with 50 seconds left and you're down by 7, you got to make everything right. You got to miss a free throw and get a rebound and get an and-one. You see Mathurin, they missed a free throw, he dunk it home. Mm-hmm. Okay, now Haliburton make one, he missed the next one, he get it, boo, 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 out for a 3. Everything that could have gone wrong for the Cavs struggled all night getting the ball in. There were a couple of times they could have got some violations, and then I don't know what happened. He just threw the ball right to Nembhard. Nembhard said, thank you very much, but they're in trouble. I think this series is over, and it's going to be the most epic collapse because a team that won this many games to possibly get swept. I can see them getting swept, Ryan. I don't know if you see that. You got some glasses on? Put them glasses on so you can see if you can see what I see. Because I damn sure see them getting swept.
Hey, Chad, I called this before I seen it. And this is what's crazy. The Indiana Pacers are the most underrated team in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
They're a team. Chad, last year they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and everybody said it was for injuries. Listen, man, Rick Carlisle, Nembhard, McConnell, they got some dogs over there. It's not the sexiest, okay? They don't got the 40-inch vert. Mathurin is athletic. Siakam's athletic. But other than that, they just are tough, hard-nosed players. And the way that the NBA is played now that is shifting to, it was a game of athletes, a bunch of three-point shooting. Now it's a game of toughness and skill. Indiana has toughness and skill. They move the basketball on, like you talked about, and Haliburton. Hey, man, hold on, man. They need to put some respect on Haliburton's name.
They call him the most overrated player in the NBA.
Let me tell you something. From schematically, there's only a handful of guys that can manipulate the game. Chris Paul, I played with Chris. Chris was one of those guys that can do it. In the NBA now, it's LeBron. It's Luka Doncic and James Harden when he's on his A game. Tyrese Haliburton can manipulate the game. What do I mean by that? He's the guy that can beat you with the pass and he can beat you with the shot. And when you take one away, he's going to make the correct play. So we're looking at the stat sheet. He got 19 points, 4 assists in the game winner. And he's got the clutch gene. He finds a way. It's not the prettiest game. It's not the prettiest. He's the guy get let. Hey, he's the guy, right? It's the Kevin Martin. He got a little Kevin Martin in him, right?
Yeah.
But he's a dog and he finds a way. But Chad, am I crazy to where I called this before it happened? I got record. I called it. Am I crazy to say that skill is going to outweigh the athletes in the size? And obviously, give credit to the Cavaliers. They choked the game up, but they had injuries. They had guys missing. Donovan Mitchell drops 48 points in the game. And at the end of the day, if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I say, I dropped 48. That's all I can do to will my team to win. And we couldn't win. We sick. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
For me, Ocho, I thought the game could have been even closer. I mean, think about it. Siakam had 8 shots. He's your all-star. Haliburton had 11 shots. Think about how many of those shots came in the fourth quarter. Yeah. I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing? I mean, nobody took more. Miles Turner had the most shots. He had 17. They only had 85. They shot almost 52% from the floor. If they take better care of the basketball, Nembhard had 8 turnovers, so he had almost half of the turnovers. If they do a better job taking care of the basketball, I'm not so sure Cleveland get out to that lead. But Cleveland, as the game got close, I mean, they was up big, and every time, here come Indiana. Here come Indiana. They go up by 18, 19. Here come Indiana, will it down to 9. They go back up by 13. They cut it back down to 7. And I was like, okay, now, y'all mess around. Y'all, hey, you playing with fire. Because y'all letting them guys, they like, hey, man, we right here. We make a couple of plays, we get a couple of stops. You know how you get in the huddle? Hey, we make a stop right here. Get a ball, Ocho, get a ball back to our offense.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows what can happen? And that's what happened. They messed around and let them get close. Hey, and you hit that 3-point shot, it's like, it's a 1-point game.
Yeah.
And Haliburton got the rebound. Hey, he dribbled out. He got the matchup that he wanted. Guy was Hey, I ain't giving you the 3. If you go to the basket and lay it up and tie it up,
yeah,
I'm not giving you that. I'm not.
Yeah.
But look, like I said, Neesmith had 23. He played really well. 4 rebounds, 3 blocks. Miles Turner, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks. Tyrese Haliburton, 19 points, 9 rebounds. The game winner, the series shift to Indy on Friday. You're talking about a team that 64 games and could possibly get swept. Have we ever had a team win so many games to get swept? Maybe that 94 Supersonics team they didn't get swept, but they got beat by the 8 seed the Denver Nuggets. But to get swept at 64 wins?
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, listen, Unc, when you talk about them having 64 wins, you got to remember tonight they didn't have key contributors. Darius Garland's out, Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter's out. So those 64
were they out when they had that 20-point lead? Or they just went out once they got the lead and just say,
no, they came in injured. They came in injured.
So they had a 20-point lead with those guys on the bench, right?
So that's why Donovan had 48 because he had to do more.
Yeah,
I give him that. But see, are we surprised that Donovan had 57 in the playoff game? Him and Jamal Murray both had 50 in the playoff game.
Right.
Think about how many times he scored 30 in a playoff game. I think in 5 of his 7 games with the Cavs, he's had at least 30. We know he's a scoring machine. But as long as he got how many? Hold up. He
was 15 for 30. 15 for 30.
Yeah, I can live with that. Hey, that's efficient. That's 50%. He didn't shoot the 3-ball well, and he had 9 assists.
Yeah.
So he did all he could do, but you can't turn the ball over in situations like that. You can't leave guys open. You just can't make the mistakes in a situation. You got to win that game. You can't play. I don't believe they can play any better, Ryan. With the guys that they have missing, they can't play any better than what they played tonight, and they don't have anything to show for that performance that Donovan gave you.
100%. And this was Indiana's mindset. Let me speak to something that you two can't speak to, okay? Y'all was first options, Hall of Fame. I was a role player, okay? So let me speak to the role players. You can give energy. You can bring life. They played like their backs were against the wall. But as things get tighter, you need your stars. Now, Donovan did his job, but Darius Garland is the other closer on that team. He's the guy you put the ball in his hands, and he's the playmaker. Things happen on the backside. So the role players, the heart was there, but as things got tighter, where were they going to go with the basketball? And Donovan could do too much. So for Indiana, they were patient. They just said, where's your offense going to keep coming from? So, the energy, the excitement, and when you have a guy go out, and you saw this with Golden State, you galvanize behind it. I think when Steph Curry went out, Draymond Green, it's known as a non-shooter, future Hall of Famer, by the way. I think Draymond hit 3 or 4 straight 3-pointers in a row. So you saw the energy from the role players, but as a role player, when the game is getting tight, I'm looking at Chris Paul. Okay, I'm looking at Paul Pierce. I'm looking to those guys, and they not on the floor. We going, fellas, we can only run so much offense. And it's funny. There's a saying, it's not about the X's and O's, is about the Jimmys and Joes. You have to have players in those situations. So no disrespect to the guys on the floor for Cleveland, but Donovan Mitchell alone wasn't enough. And the thing is, you got a well-oiled machine over there with the Pacers, and they just let it get tighter, and then they took their moment.
And because they're at home, and the fans, when you have a lead and all of a sudden it starts to dissipate, the fans can feel that too, because everything is no. And all of a sudden it seemed like the basket had a lid on it. Max Strus played unbelievable tonight. 5 of 12 from the 3. He ended up taking off from outside the lane and flushing it home. He was hyped. I thought Ty Jerome played well. Merrill hit a couple big threes. Allen had 22-12 with 3 blocks. But at the end of the day, as that game, you up 20. And all of a sudden you look up and there's like 15 seconds and you only got a 3-point lead. You don't feel as good as you once did.
Nah.
You don't feel as good as you once did. You're like, damn, we about to let this ish slip away.
Check this out, Chad. When I played in Dallas, so Dirk, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, a team would have a lead on us, and we would go on the road, and we would live for these moments almost. You know what I'm saying? I'm inserting myself as a role player into these situations. Now we're gonna do this, but the one thing you would say is, "Oh, they getting tight." I'm not gonna say the words we were saying on the bench. But we were saying they're getting tighter and tighter. Watch them get tight. Those arms, the T-Rex arms come out, the pressure mounts, and you just looking for one crack. Heck, look, man, I'm gonna call it for what it is. The reason I'm so passionate about giving LeBron the respect I give him is because we had them down 3-1. LeBron was not LeBron at that point. He wasn't King James. He was calling himself King James, but he wasn't King James yet. And what he did coming into Boston with our team and our guys, and we kept waiting for that moment for LeBron to shrink. We had Wade figured out, with all due respect to Dwayne Wade. We had great Avery was doing an excellent job. We had him figured out. And LeBron took over in that game, and he willed his team to victory on the championships, and the rest is history from there. But Chad, have you been in a situation where you're saying, give us the ball back, it's game. Give us the ball back, it's game.
Defense make a play.
If anything, especially a situation like that where it's a pressure situation and it gets tight, Unc would be better suited to say that because he's been in bigger games. He's been in bigger games, playoffs and stuff.
Oh yeah, because we had one of the best pressure packed quarterbacks in NFL history. Absolutely. And that's what he was known for. So we knew if the defense could get a stop, it didn't matter. If we're down 14 with 5 minutes to go and they had the ball, we got to stop. We're going to go down and score quickly. Defense get us one more stop. Get us off the field. We get that ball back. Oh, we're going to get a touchdown to beat you. We're gonna find a way to beat you because I've been in that moment too many times. And they know it. See, here's the thing is that when you have somebody and they know it, they know what you know. God, man, they got. Did you hear when Atlanta? Even when Atlanta had that 23-point lead, I think it was Sanu was on the sideline. You're like, hey man, that's Brady over there. They know what's over there. You up 23-8, and you still worried about the man.
Yeah,
because
let me ask both of y'all this: what's it gonna take for Tyrese Haliburton to get that respect? Because he just did it to Giannis. He didn't come out the East, but he got what's it going to take for Haliburton? And this was league-wide fan. They chanted overrated at the game. He addressed it in the press and said, overrate that. What's it going to take for him, in your mind, Chad, to get that respect? And is there anybody that you knew that was getting that overrated tag and what they do to get over it?
You know, that's crazy. I think it might actually be where he's playing. I really think it might be where he's playing, and outside of that's it. And obviously he's an all-star, and then the group of players that he's combined with when it comes to all-star, his game isn't pretty. It isn't pretty like everyone else's.
He ain't Steph. He ain't Luka. Yeah. He don't play above the rim like Ja. So you know what I'm saying? So he's not going to be what all the guys that I mentioned. James Harden, like you said, James can go give you 50. Steph can give you 50. Luka, you seen Luka give you a 60-20 triple-double. Ja can play elevate above the rim. So you look at the guys that plays the position. I don't know how many guys you're taking. I mean, you might take him over Ja, but are you taking him over Steph? No, you're not taking him over Luka. Are you taking him over Shea?
I got to hear that. You said you taking him over Ja. Haliburton and Ja. You said you taking Haliburton.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying of the guys that I mentioned, you're not taking him over Shea. You're not taking him over Luka. You're not taking him over Steph. So I'm not. The only reason I would say you probably take him over Ja is because of Ja's injury history. Because I can't count on Ja.
If you take injury history out, and you look at the team,
because he injured half the time.
Similar teams, though. Did you say that he got Pascal Siakam Memphis.
JJ, he got Triple J.
Triple J. They're pretty similar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know you can't take out injury history, right? If we taking away the flashy play, Chad, Ja has the flashy plays. No disrespect. I'm not trying to shoot disrespect away.
Yes.
But are you taking Haliburton? Are you taking Haliburton over Ja?
Absolutely not.
See, that's
listen,
the thing.
I like Haliburton. I think one of the reasons why he got that underrated label is simply, for one, with the team he plays on, and two, even though he's efficient and he gets the job done at a high level, it's just something about his game. It's not pretty. It's not as pretty. It's not as aesthetically as pleasing as everybody else's. When you watch a Ja, when you watch a James Harden or a Steph Curry or a Luka,
because all the guys, point guards, Ocho, what you're saying is all the guys that we mentioned can go get you 50.
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
Shea can go get you 50.
You don't think Haliburton
Luka can get you 50? Huh?
You don't think Haliburton can get you 50, 40?
No. Has he ever? What's the most points Haliburton scored in the game?
He get you 40. He'll get you.
Listen,
I think he'll get you 40. He get you 40, y'all. He'll get you 40, y'all.
You heard me? Hey, he'll get you a quiet 40, and it's going to be ugly, too.
But here's the thing. But think about Shea. Look out Shea. How many times did Shea had the most 20, 30, 40, 50-point games? We've seen Luka. We've seen Luka drop 70 plus. So we know he can go get 50. We've seen Steph do it. We've seen Steph do it in the game 7. We've seen Steph do it at 30, at 36, 37 years of age.
Yeah.
The most points he's had, how many times have he scored 40 in the game? He got 3 40-point games. Shea had, 10 of those this year?
Here's the thing too, Chad. And I don't know if you know a quarterback like this or a wide receiver. He plays the right way. So here's the reality. Mm-hmm. When he has the ball, this is not a sexy play for a star point guard. Pick the ball ahead of the floor. Pick the ball ahead of the floor. Jason Kidd was similar to that. He's a different build, but you can say you might not get the assist, but it's the right play. Haliburton's going to make the right play, and he just showed you tonight he's clutch. So, and I feel like, I'm going to insert LeBron in this, be honest. LeBron don't get a lot of the praise from the people. Obviously, he may not be a cup of tea. He's not what we grew up seeing as the GOAT, but LeBron will make the correct play.
Always.
Haliburton's a guy who will always make the correct play. Obviously, he sat the bench for Team USA. Obviously, during the regular season, they looked pedestrian. They couldn't guard the seat we sitting in. The Indiana Pacers look abysmal in moment, okay? But they're in the Eastern Conference. But he's going to make the right play. Chad, are we faulting him for making the right play? Is there anybody that you can think of, even on the NFL side, that makes the correct play and they don't get the respect because they make the right play?
We like ball hogs. You know we like somebody ball hogging the ball. And the thing is with Haliburton, he doesn't turn the ball over. How many times have we seen him have 15 assists and no turnovers? How many times have we seen him have double-digit assists in 1 or 2 or fewer turnovers? Right. So as much as he handles the ball, he's very efficient at not turning it over. And my point is, I would like to see him be more aggressive. Sometimes, bro, you had 11 shots. And for the longest time, you had 6. And I'm like, bro, come on now. Bro, you've got to give them more. And then you see in that fourth quarter, he gave them more. He gave them an opportunity. Guys made play. Matburn made some, and Neesmith made some big threes. That putback dunk that Matburn had on that missed free throw. But I look, I ain't got no problem with Haliburton, but I understand we like flash. We like Magic Johnson. Ain't nobody can think about it. How many people they got right now? John Stockton, he got more assists. His record is never going to be broken. Ain't nobody probably don't got John Stockton top 5 in point guards. Because everybody, they like, okay, I got Magic, I got Steph Curry, I got Isaiah Thomas. They got so many guys in front of him because he wasn't flashing. All he did was pick and roll your ass to death.
He was fundamentally sound.
Yes, but I like Hallie's game. And you look, okay, you say, well, he sat the bench. Okay. I mean, you go, who is he going to play in front of? He got a gold medal, though. Yeah.
Hey, also, Unc, you say about Haliburton really not being aggressive, only having 11 shots. You got to think, everybody else in double figures, too. So he ain't really got to do much because everybody else collectively is also being efficient and scoring and contributing. Honestly, I don't even know how the hell they won that game. If you told me the score was, I think at one point I can't
no way.
I can't forget.
It was 119. It was 119. It was 119 to 112.
All right. No, I mean, what's the biggest deficit they were down?
Oh, they was down. I think they was down by like 20.
20. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought the game was over. I thought the game was over at that point. That's it. There's no way they're coming back. Even with the injuries, with Hunter and Garland being out.
Now, Chad, how about this? They just did that to Milwaukee, Chad. They had a crazy game like that against when they ended Milwaukee.
And Hali laid it up at the end.
Yeah, it's a crazy Chad. They kind of did the same. Now, 20 points, you're right though, Chad, but they did similar with Milwaukee.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Listen, I understand the game of basketball. It's a game of runs most of the time, especially when you make substitutes and things change once your second level, your second tier guys come in the game. But 20 points, I'm thinking you're supposed to find a way to keep that lead.
It used to be like that, Ocho.
Especially after you already gave up one game. They already stole one game from you. You got to find a way to keep it. And then they come back and you allow the one person that you don't want shooting the ball.
Facts. The ball bounced on him.
But you know what, Ryan? And you can attest to this. It used to be like that when you got these big leads. For the most part, the game was over. But with that 3-point shot, and there's so many guys that can shoot it now, you're really never out of a ball game, Ocho. We see teams be down 25, 26 points in the first half and lose. A team that's down 20 points in the third quarter and lose a ball game because that 3-point shot is an equalizer. So if I hit a couple of those and you have a couple of bad possessions, a 20-point lead, I'll make 3 threes and 2 layups. Guess what? That's 9 plus 4, that's 13. I've cut the lead in 3 minutes down to 7.
Hey, listen, we just saw a team. We didn't get to it yet. We just saw a team that lives by the 3, die by it too, by not being able to hit it.
Yep.
I'm gonna give you guys the goal real quick for one, and I don't know how you feel about this. This decade's San Antonio Spurs is the Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr will adapt to who he plays with. He wins with who's on the floor. And y'all just talked about not choking away a lead. They got the lead on the road. Steph Curry's in the back, icing up.
Yeah.
They held the ball. Watch Golden State. Can y'all say, how did they hold them to 16 points in a set? They hold the ball and they shoot with 8 to 5 seconds on the clock. Now, I'm going to give you some credit, Chad, for something you gave earlier. I'm going to give you some credit when you're out. I'm going to give you some credit. You said he needs to score. Haliburton needs to score. I think you said it too. He needs to score to get that type of credit. I'm going to give you a guy who scored the ball and turned his career around, but became a different player. Mike Malone challenged Nikola Jokic to score. He was a right play type of guy. And when he was challenged to go give Rudy Gobert a 50 ball, a 40 ball, or whatever it may be, that changed Nikola Jokic. But Jokic was similar to Haliburton in the sense that he was just going to make the right play, make the right play. So he could be a guy, and I hear you. Y'all right in saying that for you to get that attention, for you to speak of you with the Ja and the Steph and the Tatums and everybody, you're going to have to go give us that consistent 40 ball, that 50 ball when that game is on the line. So you're right, because Jokic, I'm telling you, man, when he got aggressive, and that was always my thing with him, I didn't feel like he could score enough, because when we game plan for Jokic, you come out and say you can't give him both. Either you make him a passer, we blitz him, get the ball out his hands,
or you make him a score.
Make him a score.
You can't let him be 30, 20, and 15. Because so he got 30 points and he dished out 15 assists. About 5 to 7 of those are gonna be 3-pointers.
100%.
So now you're at his mercy.